Happy Halloween, motherfuckers! Good morning, it's Timidity. It turns out that a lot of people don't love themselves, so I think that's kind of sad and depressing. Am I one of them? No, I like myself a lot. I usually just don't like the circumstances that I'm in. That's like it's very rare that you'll see me be like, I hate myself. It's more like, oh damn, I hate that I keep letting myself see this person, or damn, I hate that I'm in this situation, or oh, I might hate that I made that decision, but I'm not mad at myself for it. Why? Because I have a lot of self-love. It's really hard to say where it spawned from. Let's just say growing up and being like totally fucking alone for like severe amounts of time. And it's like, okay, I it was funny when I was a kid. I used to just make hand puppets and talk to them. And I think that's how I got the habit of talking to myself for a prolonged amount of time. Except now, instead of talking to my hand, I'm talking to the phone in my hand. Sometimes I don't even need this. I can just perfectly be alone for like an extreme amount of time, just talking to myself, jamming with myself, partying with myself. It feels lit. Like, I could get home after like a really long work weekend and be like, finally, I'm by myself. Woo, 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 woo. Party time. And then the whole time, the version of the party is just, getting home, getting naked, flopping into bed, masturbating, listening to some good music, finishing off a YouTube video, saying some mean shit in the Instagram comments somewhere, hyping up a few baddies on Instagram as well, and then just simply being like, whew, what an amazing morning. Time to finish this off with some food. And I get some food and I take a big fat ass nap and drink a soda. Nah, not a soda. Usually like a nice drink, like a juice or some water. I'm always dehydrated. And that is like I don't know, I think it's always good to like love your own company. I think that's just where I started. And of course, if you like your own company a lot, it was so funny. I was just very self-aware of a bunch of shit. I think that's a blessing. It's a blessing because some people didn't grow up with that. Some people grew up in fucked up, abusive, like constant bullying childhoods and grew up hating themselves. Me, I don't know. My mom would beat the shit out of me, then make me sleep on the bathroom floor, and I'd just be like, huh, yeah, this is definitely not healthy for her to be doing. Like, even like, how old was I when that happened? Like 6, 7? The years blur. Way too fucking young. But then again, I don't think there's any age where that's fucking something you should be doing. Plus, from a young age, like even when I wasn't exactly the most glowed up version of myself, and everyone has an unattractive phase. Me, I still find myself attractive. I just knew, okay, other people don't find me attractive. But they're not gonna make that my problem, because that's fucking stupid. Like, okay, I don't have to smile at everybody, but I'm not a bad person inherently for not smiling. If they wave at me and say hi, I'm gonna say hi back, even though I'm gonna look back like, who the fuck were they talking to? Oh, me? Hello. Like, I loved myself even during like the worst of the worst, like the lowest, like heinous situations. Like when I had my mom doing my hair, having it all fucked up. One, like, she would give me two French braids, one going up and one for some reason would be down the side because she couldn't do a fucking straight line. She couldn't do a lot of things. She could not do my hair for shit. Ugh. And then also I was like, my skin was fucked up like hell. People were calling me speed bumps because I had like super intense acne, not to mention the sunburn on my forehead, which might have actually enhanced today, but I don't, I look cute with it. Fuck it, I'm gonna look a little toasted s'more. Hey. And people didn't find me to be the shit, but I knew deep down, yeah, I'm the shit. I like how I dance in the mirror. I like how cute I look. And I would just spend an obscene amount of time just like standing in front of the mirror, just looking at my face, observing my features and what I liked and what maybe I didn't like, but that I frankly still saw myself as valuable even while having. Like, yeah, I got acne and shit. Yeah, my jawline big. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I got that. But frankly, it's not gonna be like this forever. One day I'm gonna have nice hair and nice skin, and people are gonna treat me the way I deserve to be treated all along. And they're the ones playing catch up, not me, because I'm gonna already know I'm worth that shit. And then the glow up happened, and people started treating me like super fucking nice and flocking to me and calling me pretty and shit. It was such a trip. It was so weird. And honestly, I kind of brushed the compliments off. And that's what I think most people do when they're like, because you could be attractive, but people can still not like you for a lot of reasons. Or worse, if they like you only because you're attractive. So I thought, hey, they can like me now, but I wouldn't be shocked if later on down the line something personality wise happens where they're like, oh, it's never mind, she's in special ed, she's this, she's that. So I just kind of taught myself from a younger age not to rely on people for like a self-esteem boost, and that was the greatest thing ever. Sure, that kind of unwinded in high school, but that's when the abuse turned into like, sexual abuse and like constant mockery that happened because people found me attractive and were angry that I wouldn't get with them. And A whole bunch of weird shit. Ugh. And then eventually it just led to, okay, whatever gets me out the fucking house, whatever gets me fed, or whatever gives me a little self-esteem boost because I forgot my hobbies from all this trauma. But that's a long story in itself. But even to this day, like, I don't know, I shock people with how much I can just enjoy my own presence. I guess a relevant story is a few years ago I was invited to this Halloween penthouse party and shit. And to sum it up, I showed up looking like hella fine. Like, I had the fake blood, the tiara, I had the nice, sexy, skin tight, backless dress with the, like, outie skirt, the little outskirt that, like, showed off made my hips look even more bigger and defined than they were. And I had on the red thong underneath, oiled up, smelling good, looking good. I was like, I am sexy as fuck. And everyone said I did. And so this happened. Ladies who also were fine as fuck would come up to me and be like, oh my god, you look so good. And me being so hyped that someone else would recognize that too, I was like, oh, yes, Per, you get the deal. You see me. You see me out here with the dress. And their face would do that, like, quick flicker of, like, emotion where you could see them being like, this bitch is a narcissist. Their faces would do that quick flicker of, this bitch is crazy. Or, not what she's supposed to say. But I was still, like, after a little, hey, you see me, girl? I would be like, you look bomb as hell, too. Thank you. Oh, you look hella fine. I love what you got with the elf ears and the antlers and the freckles. Oh, did you make that yourself? And then they go back to being happy again and forget all about it. But that's because it's like, I wouldn't forget to say thank you. I would just bandwagon on, like, be my own supporter, like, hell yeah, that bitch looks good. Meanwhile, the bitch is me. The baddest of them all. Okay. I don't even like to believe in a whole baddest of them all situation. I usually just say that as a joke, but at the same time, I haven't met a person who I've genuinely found more attractive than me. Like, people have their objective likes, but no offense, I've stared at myself in the mirror for the past, like, how many fucking years? 20 up years? I love myself a little too much. I'm gonna be my favorite person. I've seen myself every day for, like, 20 plus years. Fuck, I look like looking at someone else and being like, that bitch looks better than me. No. Plus, I'm gay and I'm autistic. Most likely, I'm going to be like, damn, she looks good. Ooh, she's stunning. Hell yeah. And there's hardly a situation where someone can outdress me, and if I'm simply dressed different than them, I just tell myself, I'm a whole different person. We got a whole different energy. There's never any threats. If I see another sexy person, I just want to come. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not tripping. Like, why would I think about myself when I see a sexy person? I'm thinking about them. Even last night, I went to this Halloween party. I was dressed as a sexy Storm. I looked good as fuck! Like, at first, I was at the event, and I was like, okay, do I just want to sit here and vibe? Because I can enjoy a party just sitting down in the corner, just vibing, taking in the scenery, looking at other people having fun. But a part of me was like, hey, screw it. No, like, there's a big-ass mirror down there. I could just look at myself in the mirror and enjoy myself, and it doesn't matter what other people think, because I don't know these fucking people, and I deserve to hype myself up. I walked to the mirror, looked at myself, I was like, holy shit, long, beautiful, silken caramel legs, the sparkly thigh chains, the split dress, and the heels? Oh my god. The waistline. Oh, the back dimples showing in the backless dress. Oh, the sexy beads, the fluffy, sexy white wig that just makes me look like the bad bitch side bitch from the Incredibles movie. Oh, my skin was glistening, my lip gloss was on point. I was fine as hell with no makeup. Body was tea! Shoulders cunt, titties high, ass popping, waist snatched and gone. Oh, it was hot. I wanted to come just looking at myself. And you know what that did? That made me go, you know what? I started dancing in the mirror. And then I was like, you know what? The dance floor is only a few feet away. I don't even have to dance with anybody. Let's just look at the visuals and do some dance moves like you usually do in your fucking bedroom. And I did that. I had a lit ass time. It was fucking fantastic. And I had the time of my life. I was just boogieing. I was doing all types of shit. I was doing the white girl figure 8 dance. I was doing the Carlton. And this is fucking goth music. You don't do the Carlton to goth music. But I was. And I was damn good doing it. I was doing the belly dancing. I was doing the hip rolls, the grinding, gyration. I was doing the Macarena. Fuck it. Like, just whatever made me feel good. And I felt good. And niggas were, like, approaching me dancing, not even to sexually harass me, just on some, hey, get it. And that was nice. I even saw another mirror across the room. I was just dancing sexually and looking at myself in the mirror. And this one guy who approached me for a moment, He saw me, like, and I guess he was like, who's she looking at? She trying to seduce somebody? He looks over to where I'm looking. He sees the mirror. And then he looks back at me. He's like, yes, girl, you look good. You are getting it. And that is how you support people. Love yourself. Love other people. That's what life's about. I love it so much. That person was cool as hell. They were very sweet. And me and them boogied a little bit. It was nice. Whoop, whoop. And even though this one story isn't Halloweeny, even my most recent, the person I'm seeing, Morgan, he... Once, like, he's seen me dance alone in his mirror at his house, he would just catch me. He'd walk into his bedroom after being out for forever, and he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry for taking so long. What are you doing? And he'd just see me, like, doing stretches in front of the mirror, and I was like, oh, I'm just power posing. And he's like, okay. Sometimes we've both done that after sex, and I don't even judge him for it. Like, once he just totally destroyed my pussy, and then decided, I'm gonna walk up to the mirror and start flexing. And I thought, that sounds cool as shit. And so once after, like, blowing his fucking world, he was the one passed out, sweating, hyperventilating in the bed. I was the one getting up, doing like, yes. Do you know how powerful that is? It's also just the funniest shit ever. We're both a little narcissistic, but that's a long story in itself. But also, once I was just chilling in his bedroom as he was walking around, and I walked past the mirror, and from his perspective, because of the angle he was at, he didn't know it was a mirror. So I just walked past the mirror and I'm like, and then he's like, what did you just do that to? He looks around the corner, he sees a mirror, and then he just looks at me like, really? Really?